What on earth? What timeline do we live in? Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom. This might go down as the most insane Comic-Con reveal ever. I mean, so okay, let me back up because we're just jumping right into this. So, Comic-Con happened. They talked about Captain America: Brave New World, which should have been. They should have went with that original title, New World Order. That's just me. They talked about Thunderbolts. They talked about Fantastic Four. But then they brought the Russo brothers out, which if they just announced the Russos, the directors behind some of the greatest Marvel movies and Civil War. I think Civil War is a little overrated, personally. They directed Winter Soldier, Infinity War, and Endgame, and Civil War, which is a very strong lineup of movies. But they brought them out, said Secret Wars is coming, right? Which is very exciting that we're going to get Secret Wars. This was announced a couple of years ago. But obviously all the Jonathan Majors drama happened, and no one really knew the direction Secret Wars was going to go anymore. We knew Avengers 5 would no longer be Kang Dynasty. Well, we got the title for it, Doomsday. Yep. Can I just talk about these logos quickly? The logos for these two movies are fantastic. I love the orange in Secret Wars. I didn't really know. I kind of liked the original logo, but I really love this orange logo. But Avengers Doomsday is the big news of Comic-Con. Yeah, I mean, look, if they had just announced we were getting Doctor Doom, right, that would have been exciting, right? But hey, we're doing Avengers 5. It's called Avengers Doomsday. The Russos are directing, right? That alone would have been enough. And then they're like, we're going to bring out Doctor Doom. And not only do they just have Robert Downey Jr. walk onto the stage, he's already on the stage in the horde of Doombots, which, yes, are Doctor Doom's robot minions. But, basically, he's there in full costume. And they have him, they're hyping him up. They have the Doombots part. And then out steps Robert Downey Jr. But you don't know it's Robert Downey Jr. And then he takes off the Doctor Doom mask, which, yes, he does have. And you hear the crowd go absolutely crazy. So what is going on with this Doctor Doom, right? I think that this is a variant, right? Because one of the Russos, I believe it's Joe Russo, slips up and says starts to say multiverse before correcting himself to say universe. So I think this is probably a variant, right? Because with Robert Downey Jr., it's either a variant, a doppelganger, or a somehow resurrected Tony Stark, and I don't think they're going to have a somehow resurrected Tony Stark be Doctor Doom. Even though it would kind of explain the facial scars that Doom is infamous for. So I guess this means we really probably aren't getting Doom in Fantastic Four, which we knew. We knew it was going to be Galactus, but very interesting. Very interesting. So, I mean, I love this idea, right? That's the thing you want to know, right? You want to know what I think about this. I think it's going to be awesome, right? Because everyone knew Robert Downey Jr. was going to return for the end of the multiverse saga, right? This was an obvious thing. Everyone knew it was coming. But I think everyone just assumed he'd be playing Iron Man. I mean, some people probably assumed he'd be playing the superior Iron Man. Or there'd be the superior Iron Man played by Tom Cruise. Long story there, just go look into it. It was big during the Multiverse of Madness hype. But basically, now, obviously this does mean that I have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet. I just want to state that I plan on watching the movie. I just haven't had time to go see it yet. You will get a review when I do get around to seeing it, however. But I guess this means that we don't find out, because it was a big shocker, so I guess we don't see Doctor Doom in that movie, is my guess. But Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, that's gonna get weird. That's gonna be weird to say. I like this idea, right? One, it allows Downey Jr. to explore the depths of his acting skills. You know, obviously he's fantastic as Iron Man, right? I think he's the best Sherlock Holmes. I've seen several Sherlock Holmes performances. I think Downey Jr. is my favorite one. So, you know, mix the genius of Sherlock Holmes and Iron Man together, maybe with a little bit of, you know, Iron Man humor, and maybe just an evil version of that could be what his performance is like. I know Doctor Doom is a super in-depth character in the comics. I read Secret Wars. It is incredible, right? And yeah, it looks like I was wrong in that Magneto is not going to be Secret Wars' main villain, but rather Doctor Doom. But, I mean, hey, look. The idea of a variant of Doctor Doom looking like Iron Man, I think could actually provide some interesting in-depth conversations. Maybe this rumor about old actors reprising their roles could be interesting, right? Because Robert Downey Jr.'s first words upon taking off the Doctor Doom mask. By the way, if you can't tell, I literally just found out that this was happening, so naturally, recorded my video not long after. Wanted to watch the whole interview and everything. But he says, new mask, same task. Right? So, which could hint that maybe this Doctor Doom isn't actually an Iron Man variant. Or the fact that he literally says that, could it mean that it is a resurrected Tony Stark? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see the direction this goes. But either way, I'm excited, right? I've watched a few different Doctor Doom performances. Most of them have been animated, right? The live action ones weren't great in my opinion. I think that's the general opinion. But I actually might give you hate comments for saying this. I actually thought the portrayal of Doctor Doom in Ultimate Spider-Man was actually pretty decent. But, I mean, hey, Robert Downey Jr., this is the most insane announcement, I think, out of any Comic-Con, right? There's moments that live in Comic-Con history. Tom Hiddleston walking out on stage as Loki, right? Might have been the biggest moment before this. This is going to go down, I think, as the most iconic Comic-Con moment. Robert Downey Jr. walking on stage in full Doctor Doom costume. This is actually a yearly thing. Or not. Well, last time they did a big Comic-Con was 2022, and they had, I'm not going to pronounce the guy's name. They had the High Evolutionary. I'm not going to pronounce his name because I'm going to mess it up. So they had him walk out on stage, full High Evolutionary regalia, and in character. It was awesome, right? This is even better, right? Because we're in really uncharted water here. Because, right, we've had a few returning characters, but we haven't had any variants of deceased MCU characters played by the actor that played them. This is going to be exciting. And could this mean that maybe this Iron Man is actually, or this Doctor Doom, who could be an Iron Man, could actually be leading an evil Avengers, potentially? Could this mean we're going to get to see these other original Avengers as variants of different Marvel villains? I don't know. But this is the biggest announcement ever. This was insane. But I mean, there you have it. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, Sherlock Holmes, apparently Dr. Dolittle, and now Victor Von Doom. Anyway, if you want to go see my video, which I tried to say it would not be Doctor Doom, go check out that video. But anyway, that's it for this one. Like and subscribe. Bye.